He survived World War II, but the war never left him. My grandpa fought in World War II, and he never told me a single story about it, not one. At home, he was calm, polite, almost invisible. He smiled at birthdays, fixed broken things around the house, and never raised his voice. But whenever the war came up, his hands would stop moving, his eyes would lose focus, and it felt like he was suddenly very far away, trapped in a place none of us could see. He was barely a teenager when he was sent across the ocean, wearing a uniform that still smelled new, standing among men who were just as scared as he was. At night, the sky burned red from explosions, and the ground shook like it was alive. He slept in mud, woke up to screaming, and learned quickly that daylight didn't mean safety. Friends he talked to in the morning were gone by nightfall. No goodbyes, no bodies, just empty space where a voice used to be. There were moments when he thought he wouldn't make it home. Moments when he lay flat on the ground, heart pounding so loud he was sure the enemy could hear it, waiting for bombs to stop falling. He once carried a wounded friend for hours, only to realize near the end that the man had already died in his arms. He never told anyone about that. He never told anyone about anything. When the war finally ended, he came back alive, but something inside him stayed behind. He woke up before sunrise every single day, even decades later, as if his body was still preparing for attack. Loud noises made him flinch. Silence made him uncomfortable. At night, he sometimes sat alone in the dark, staring at nothing, fighting memories he refused to name. After he passed away, we found a small box hidden deep in a closet. Inside were medals he never wore, photos burned at the edges, letters that stopped mid-sentence, and one folded piece of paper written in weak, careful handwriting. It said, "Some things are not meant to be remembered. They're meant to be survived." That's when it finally made sense. My grandpa didn't forget the war. He didn't move on. He carried every scream, every loss, every night of fear in silence, so that his children and grandchildren could live in peace, never knowing the weight he chose to bear alone.